Hello, and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and in this episode of Forza Motorsport 6, we're going to be taking a look at the Abarth 695 by Posto. Now, this car is a very interesting return to front-wheel drive for me, because I very rarely use front-wheel drive cars for anything. I don't really even have any front-wheel drive circuit-tuned cars. I might have like one, and it's a Civic Type R. So I very rarely, like I said, I very rarely use these front-wheel drive cars, but I feel like this one might have been a decent opportunity to take a look at the front-wheel drive side of things, because it's a very, very good handling car. And you guys will see that later on in the video, how it's very, very good at following a line. But first thing you'll notice about this car is that it's actually pretty loud. All we did to it was put the race exhaust on it, and it sounds good. It's not like one of those cars where you open the exhaust up and it's just like, bleh, it just doesn't sound good at all. It actually does sound really, really nice. And when you launch it off the line, you get this little bog where you're still spinning the tires, but it's like, and then the turbo comes in. So it's like, and it just keeps going. It's like when boost hits, it really goes. When boost hits, this car is a little rocket. Now, it's not as fast, obviously, as something like a, you know, as something with an aftermarket turbo, or something with a big V6 or a big V8, but that definitely doesn't mean that it's something that you can just kind of like push over to the side and, you know, like let everything else mess with. It's definitely not like that at all. It's actually a really fun car to drive. And as you can see, when we turn into this corner, it's so easy to follow the line with this car. You can get right on power, pretty much right after the apex, and not really have any issue with spinning one of the front tires or pulling with understeer off to the side of the track. It's a very composed car, and you kind of get into a groove with it really, really quickly, which is nice compared to a lot of other cars out there, especially a lot of other fast front-wheel drive cars, because they either pull to the side with torque steer or understeer out of a corner, whereas this, I mean, you just downshift a couple times, give it a little trail brake on the entry to a corner, and you could actually get some lift-off oversteer too if you're really, really hammering it. I was trying to control the oversteer a little bit with this particular lap, well, with both of these laps, just because I was trying to see how fast it could actually go, and it did not disappoint. It really did not disappoint. I mean, I feel like something like this would be a really nice rival to, like, if you're doing a front-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive, this would be a nice rival to something like an MX-5, because the MX-5 is very similar to this car. Well, aside from the fact that this one's turbo, it's very similar to something like this car in terms of it's a lightweight approach to a lightweight, small, quick track car that you can still use on the street. Now, this being the 695 by Posto, I feel like this one is a lot more track focused than your standard 500 Abarth, but at the same time, maybe even if you put this up against like a modified MX-5, oh, not necessarily an MX-5 Cup car, because an MX-5 Cup car is a little bit more, it's full race car, and this still has somewhat of a resemblance of an interior, whereas the MX-5 Cup car is just that. It's a Cup car. It's not something that you're gonna see at the shops. I mean, you could, I guess, if you lived in an area where you could register an MX-5 Cup car, but I don't even think the MX-5 Cup cars come with a VIN number, so you probably couldn't even register them anyway. I don't know why I've gone off on this side topic about MX-5 Cup cars and VIN numbers, but I'll have to actually do some checking into that, because I'm curious about it. But back to the Abarth by Posto, fun car. I will say it's, if you like front-wheel drive, you're going to love this car. If you like a fast front-wheel drive hatchback that handles well, you're going to absolutely love this car. If you don't like front-wheel drive, but you're willing to give it a shot, still give it a shot, because I feel like you might be not necessarily swayed away from rear-wheel drive, because as good as this car is, it'll never sway me away from rear-wheel drive, which is my preference, but it definitely puts up a good fight for front-wheel drive and makes front-wheel drive enjoyable. It feels a lot like a car that I did have a lot of good experience with as a front-wheel drive car, and that was the Civic Type R, the EK Hatch Type R, which still remains my favorite front-wheel drive car to this day. Even in a world of Fiesta STs and Focus STs, which are both great cars. They just neither one of those ever got on that EK hatch level for me. And this one definitely to me resembles the feeling of an EK hatch. I mean, you don't have VTEC, you don't have anything like that, but it's still got that same character that the EK hatch had to me, and provides a really great platform to build off of, a really great platform to use. Now, like I said, the EK hatch I feel like has a little bit more building potential than this does, but if you're just looking to build something that fits into one of the lower classes for online circuit racing, and you want a front-wheel drive car that's very composed, very easy to drive, and could really put the hurt on some people in online races, this car is definitely something I could see being a worthy competitor, a worthy candidate. So I would recommend it. I feel like I would definitely recommend it. This pack was really good. I feel like the CTS-V and this were definitely the standout new cars, but there's also some race cars that are really, really huge that are going to be a big part of the next car pack coverage videos to come. So I would recommend them fully. I would really, really highly recommend both this, the CTS-V, and the rest of the cars in the pack. I think it's a really great pack. But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. There will be more Horizon 2 Will It Off-Road videos coming soon. Also, some Forza Horizon 3 news and predictions videos coming later this week. If you guys want to tune into those, which I highly recommend that you do, because Horizon 3 is going to be so badass. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. And again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.